A formal impeachment inquiry has begun in Washington into a phone call between President Trump and the president of Ukraine.
Since yesterday, Merriam-Webster says searches for the definition of impeach have gone up 3,600%.
Not surprising. And that's why we sent Mike Militich to talk to a local professor about how this process works from here. Mike?
Tyler, Assistant Professor Megan Remmel tells me the transcript of that call between President Trump and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky was a key turning point in this inquiry. I have the information right here in the call. The president asked Zelensky to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. There have been several non-formal impeachment inquiries, but House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's official announcement Tuesday starts a new process.
The day-to-day of what this is going to look like in terms of the investigations and what's going on in the House isn't going to change all that much. So it's just formalizing what's already been happening.
Megan Remmel teaches classes on Congress and political psychology at Bradley University. Remmel says this will be a new experience because this is happening during campaign season for 2020. Remmel says Trump's call with Ukraine is not the norm.
This is kind of being seen as sort of stepping out of the bounds of what's considered fair play in elections and in politics and in campaigning.
Pelosi directed 6 major committees in the House to start formal investigations. Those committees will draw up the articles of impeachment and charges against the president. Then it's up to the House to decide if those charges have merit.
What the House is basically doing is serving as a grand jury. And impeachment is synonymous with an indictment. All right, so when you see somebody's been indicted for crimes, basically you're going to proceed to trial.
A majority vote is required to move the impeachment proceedings out of the House, meaning 218 members have to vote in favor. If approved, the process moves to the Senate.
The Senate kind of gets to determine the rules, so you think of due process, you think of rights that criminal defendants have. That doesn't exist in the same way when we get to a trial in the Senate. The Senate largely gets to determine its own rules.
The Senate will determine how many members of the House will serve as the prosecution, but 67 senators will have to agree in order to convict the president. Remmel says that is virtually impossible with a Republican-controlled Senate.
The odds are very much stacked against President Trump being removed from office.
Remmel also says the impeachment inquiry will need support from members of the House Republican caucus. Otherwise, this whole process will be labeled as a complete partisan issue.
All right, Mike Militich live from the newsroom. Thank you, Mike.